Hi. This week we're going to be exploring Matthew 25:31 to 46. And for those of you that are familiar with the New Testament, you'll know that that is the story of the sheep and the goats. And I love the parables of the New Testament and the stories that Jesus told because he has this ability to use familiar objects and sort of object lessons based on what would be familiar to the people that he would be talking to. And certainly his audience would be familiar with sheep and goats and the personalities of sheep and goats. And, if you don't come from a farming background or you don't have a lot of experience with animals, it might not be that much different to you. Maybe you can't even tell the difference between the look of a sheep and the look of a goat. But it doesn't take you very long in their presence for you to start to understand how really different their personalities are and their temperaments. And, sheep tend to be more docile. They tend to follow more easily. They tend to like to be in groups and huddle together. And goats, on the other hand, pretty much will eat anything, including garbage. They tend to be much more headstrong and a little more rebellious and don't like to be herded in the same way that sheep do. And so Jesus uses this example as a way of differentiating the kinds of people that he encountered in his teachings, people who listened to his teaching and sort of understood the value of following a really good shepherd. And I think that's one of the key takeaways for me in this parable is, we identify perhaps as a sheep or a goat, but then we also have to take into consideration the value of the shepherd in this parable, and that sheep know how to follow the teachings and the leadings of a good shepherd, and goats are much less likely to follow a shepherd. And as we're thinking about, the times in which we live and identifying ourselves as either a sheep or a goat, I think it's really important that we remember to properly identify our shepherd. Who is it that we're choosing to follow? And is our shepherd someone who will take care of us, someone who will teach us and lead us, protect us from any of the wild things that we might encounter when we're leading our daily lives? And by trusting good shepherds and trusting Jesus as the ultimate good shepherd, it's not a difficult leap to make that we want to be sheep, that we want to be led, we want to follow someone who can lead us. And, when we look at the Psalms and, Jesus and the Good Shepherd leading us by still water and being able to see the benefit throughout the Bible of being a sheep. And of course, in modern day society, you might hear things like, you don't want to be a sheep. You don't want to just follow anybody. Well, that's absolutely true. So see point on, follow a good shepherd and know that when Jesus is your shepherd, you have nothing to fear. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.